Once we have a 0 in the target location or the target cell, the next step is to fill the rest of the maze array with values that increment up and away from the target. To make our job a little bit easier, we're going to focus only on the north cell for right now. That would be this cell. And in order to accomplish this, we need to know what the location of this cell is relative to the target. If we think about, we don't have to know what the actual position of the target is to realize that this row is one row before this row. So if we think about another way to phrase that would be -1 rows relative to the target. The column, though, is the same. They're both in the same column right here. So relative to this target cell, we don't have to move anywhere. We can say we're moving 0 columns. What we're going to do then is create, again, a loop within a loop that goes through each cell of the maze looking for a value that is less than 255. And when it comes to that value right here, it's going to look for the cell north of it. It's going to look for this cell, and it's going to add 1 to the value that's in this cell and put it right here. So 1 plus 0 is 1. To implement this code in our program, we're going to go to the solve function and copy our loop within a loop that we use to initialize the maze array. And we're going to change it just slightly. Instead of putting a 255 into every single value of the array, we're going to ask if the value that we're in at that point in the loops is less than 255. And if it is less than 255, what we want to do is set the values, or the value of the neighboring cell, the north cell in this case, equal to the current value, the value of the cell that we're in, plus 1. Now, we have one problem, and that is that we don't have a neighboring cell row or a neighboring cell column variable. So I'm just going to create them right here. I'm going to create them as integers because it's possible for them to be negative. In fact, in this instance, they're negative. One of them is negative. And I'm going to call it I plus a -1. I could say I minus 1, but I'm going to phrase it that way. And hopefully in the next video it'll become clear why I'm doing that. And again, I'm going to say j plus 0. I could just say j, but again, hopefully in the next video it will become clear. So once I have this, I should be able to plug in an Arduino, upload my program, open my serial monitor, and run the program. And here you can see a 1 has been placed above the target cell. If I change the target cell to, let's say, column 3, and upload the program again, you can see how when the target cell changes, the 1 changes in relation to it.